Are you a dog person? Do you like doggos? So I have some essential Palamute tips for you today. So sit back, get some popcorn. Actually, no, don't do all that. This video is gonna be kind of quick. So let's get right into it. So a common way to call your doggo is to hold the A button. Though sometimes this doesn't work. And there's also another way to do this that has more priority than holding A. You can use the let me ride command, which is usually on your action bar by default. This is a whistle, and this whistle actually has the most priority for calling your Palamute to you. Not only that, but you can also whistle in the middle of doing actions. Certain actions like jumping. And whatever your Palamute's doing, it'll cancel whatever it's doing to come to you. Depending on what it's doing, it could take a bit, but the whistle is on a cue. So once you do that whistle, your doggo will come to you eventually. You can also use the command from the radio menu. So there are two actions that you can buffer while riding your Palamute. In the middle of a jump, you can press and hold the R button to buffer your sprint. Or if you have it enabled, you can also press and hold in the left analog stick to buffer your sprint. This is also kind of easier to do. You can kind of do more things with this without pressing a lot more buttons. You can also buffer the dash by pressing ZL in the middle of a jump. So these input buffers are pretty useful if you feel like you have to mash out some of these actions. You actually don't. They actually have a specific timing, and I find that carefully planning your moves and using input buffers for these is pretty useful. It makes things seem more smoother. So there are two ways you can dismount your Palamute. While walking and pressing B, you'll simply just hop off of your Palamute, like so. But if you're sprinting with your Palamute, you can press B to hop off. And you can even perform a weapon action, or you can even use a wire bug. Now, if you really want to be fancy, you can actually press ZR to hop off, and then press B to run off a wall. While your Palamute can't actually climb bare walls, you can hop towards the wall with them to give you an extra boost, and then run up the wall yourself. You can actually throw your kunai while you're riding your Palamute, whether you're walking with it or sprinting with it. And I find this particularly useful for maybe like blowing up projectiles or blowing up bombs while you're mobile, or even like hitting endemic life from far away. If you want to do some stylish stuff. And you can also press X while you're riding your Palamute to do some weak attacks. It's good for the smaller monsters, clearing out mobs. So your doggo can actually climb up vines, and it's actually super useful for traversal. They can also climb down the vines, and you can also stop and press B to have a quick way down, or you can press ZR to hop off of them. Stylish. And yeah, that's it. That's the tips. Yeah. Now I know some of them seem pretty simple, but you'd be surprised how many people actually don't catch on to some of these things, so I figured I'd make a little tips video on it. So yeah, if it was helpful to you in any way, consider sharing it with your friends, dropping a sub, because we're gonna have more content out, more guides, more tips. Also, if you feel like I may have missed something that you may know and I don't, leave it in the comments below. Help me help you, and also help me help everyone else.